bones.
So as I was saying about the Oreos.
He's
No,
live.
no, no, he's live.
Live.
He's live. Don't say shit.
They go great with milk.
Yeah. That's gonna be very confused.
Well, they deserve to be.
Chat doesn't need to know the context.
Oh God.
Technically, the next Lancer is. Oh no, he's not even a fucking Lancer.
It's Mitsurugi. Yep.
Yeah, the next Lancer is Burrito Mark.
Garugamish.
Spell Garugamish.
Garugamish.
E-R-Q.
Yeah.
Batman
Q.
symbol.
Batman.
The Batman symbol is the Garu part of it.
It's true.
Yeah, see, look, most of them actually get darker, not lighter. Chat got my back on this one.
You know.
I'm assuming because it's like lore-wise, it's like mana overlord or
No,
overload.
they all have different reasons for why they have a
Emil?
color shift.
Yeah.
Like there is no universal rule.
All right, fine. Headcanon's because of mana overload that overloaded their circuits.
But mana's stored in titties.
That's cheating.
Yes. Bless you.
Wow, I can't believe
You all
you're
know
into
that
Oh, yeah.
the Lances are in fact the Saberface.
I know a Saberface that gets darker. So, well, chat did. Oh, Kitan.
And
Yeah.
in summer.
That's an outlier.
But yeah, what
I
I'm
mean-
saying is the Saberface is the only one. Well, I'd say that, but
Yeah, but like I said,
Maria
they're alters
definitely
for
gets
different
lighter.
reasons. She became an alter because of Okita became a counter for his Guardians the same way Shiro became an Emiya.
Okay, I'm sorry. Then how does the alter? What causes the skin to suddenly change color in that situation? And the
Look,
well,
I can't say that.
They
really likes
explain-
the beach.
they explained the size increase. They had to have lore for that, right?
I can't explain it while Kaz's live.
That's
Wow.
Yes, I'm out of the clear. Someone's gonna say something worse.
That's redonkulous.
We're on
No,
a
Ash.
tightrope without a pole right now, gentlemen.
Understandable, Bob. Understandable.
Had to go
Yeah, I'm
put
just gonna sell
pants back
these.
on to go get my
You
package.
should just sell these the regular embers for Lancer.
No, the size increase was, well, that was explained very thoroughly for some weird reason.
Because mana's stored in the memories.
Bob.
I thought it was stored somewhere else.
It was stored in the sword. That's why the sword became a person.
A wise decision.
We'll miss you.
And your mana.
Hello, everybody. How's it going? Ah. Have they announced the NA exclusive Fate Stay night? No. No, they have. Alright, chat. I just got the tweet out. Do me a favor, go give it some love. Let me grab you guys. Les sauce. which is really funny because I thought I had used this one before, but my archives do not lie, and I have not used it before. Yes, I am on YouTube, Azim. I'm doing pretty good, Weiss. I'm a little sleep deprived this week, so I'm kind of tired and low energy, but I'm doing good. Okay. All right. I believe we are good to go. Let's get this party started. Hello, everybody. Here's today's artwork. Do me that favor as well and go give the artist some love. And we are going to be getting started very quickly here. There's really, I do want to say, there's really not too much to do right now. Like, we've got the hunting quest, and if you want to farm the hunting quest, you can. Just keep in mind, you know, kind of what your plans are for your like apples and stuff like that. You obviously have like anniversary coming up. There's gonna be 3 times super success with that. There's gonna be half cost embers and half cost training grounds. So there's always that on your plate. So you can definitely farm the hunting quest if you want, because we don't have a lotto really until like November, so you should be okay. But you may just decide that you want to either save your apples for some reason, or again, you know, hoard them until at least the anniversary. That's totally up to you. For me, I definitely want the embers out of this, and you guys can see I'm basically full, so that's also going to be a consideration. I have nobody else left to level other than my Grail target, though, so it's certainly... Oh, I touched the capture card. Certainly going to be a thing, but not like a crazy thing. Really? I touched the capture card so hard it decided that it was going to cease to exist. Hold on. There we go. And hello, everybody. I hope everyone's having a good Thursday, I believe it is. Part of the reason I'm a little bit tired as well is I spent the majority of the day doing actual, like, CPE, continuing professional education. Oh, yo, nice proc. All right, there's 110. Can actually do that. And like I said, I did get her to bond 11, so now I have enough to actually 120 her, which was the last remaining thing that I kind of needed for her. I have that same issue that I had with Maid Alter for MHXA. And so MHXA is now in my backline, bonding up to 11. She just has the one more bond level to go as well. She's got a little bit further to go, but I have a lot further to go before I reach MHXA in the grailing list. So I'm going to be fine in that regard. Okay, so it looks like that's all the same class embers. And now you guys can see we're just going to go ahead and start loading it up. Because, again, I don't really have anything to use all these embers on. Basically, as long as it's not a, like... As long as it's not a caster, assassin, or berserker ember, I should be okay to use it. They're the ones I'm going to have to save because of upcoming 120 projects. But that's kind of where we're at this point. In all honesty, Kat, how do I set myself up to get a decent girlfriend? I wonder that myself sometimes. That's a difficult subject, and I think the reason it's a difficult subject is more because a lot of it depends on you. Now, I'm going to say that ultimately, at the end of the day, to just be yourself. But I am going to say that, like, you do kind of need to put your best foot forward. And the easy way to think about this is like, if you want to get, like out there, put yourself out there and start dating people, it's a good idea to like examine yourself first and look at yourself and see what it is that you can work on. I kind of am in the process of doing that myself right now. So like part of what I'm doing around here is I'm just like trying to like fix up the house and the various issues that I've kind of had with it over time, trying to make sure that it's good. I'm also trying to myself lose a little bit of weight, try to get a little bit more muscle tone back, because I'm starting to work out a little bit more. I've gone from working out very irregularly to now I'm doing it like about at least once a week, sometimes twice a week, and I'm just trying to like work up towards that. I could be doing it a lot more than that. I could be doing a lot more exercise than what I'm doing. But that's something that I'm choosing to try and work back into my life, slowly but gradually making the changes. Because I think the other thing is too, you can't just make a like quick change and expect things like that to stick, especially if you're going to try and make something a little bit more long term, like a weight loss goal or like changing your habits, your situation at large. That sort of stuff is going to come over time, and it's going to require work, and you're going to have to do that. But I do believe that you should be trying to do all of those things, because that's kind of how every person operates to a degree. And usually you want to make sure that like as you're coming back to dating that you have your ducks in a row, so that again, if you end up like, let's say, having to have a girl over, or again like you have to talk to her about certain things and what you've been doing, you have positive things to put forward, rather than like having to be like, oh crap, like I don't want her to come over because my house is a wreck. I don't want her to have to like, learn about like my weird habits or like cringe stuff you may be doing. And I'm not saying that necessarily anything you do is. It's if you find the right girl, especially with regards to like hobbies and things, like let's say like anime or even heck, a gacha game, right? Finding somebody that can at least respect those hobbies is, I'm gonna say, tantamount to success. Like, the only other thing I would say is if you truly feel like you can't find that person, it may be a good time to examine whether or not you need those hobbies, whether or not there aren't better hobbies that you could find yourself doing. Because I think there's a lot of things out there that people can do for entertainment and enjoyment, and it doesn't have to be other things. And I'm not telling people to quit anime. I'm just saying, like, it's one thing to, for instance, watch an anime. It's another thing to like, hey, I'm going to collect like thousands of waifu statues and stuff like that, right? I think one of those is certainly like more accepted at this point. The other is like maybe frowned upon a lot by the opposite sex. And I'm not saying every woman does, but like it would be one thing where you would really have to explain yourself, right? Is Cad telling me to drop FGO? No. Family taste assault, what? But yeah, so like the only thing that I'm trying to say here is that, again, like you want to be putting your best foot forward because you're hoping that the other person is too, right? That's usually the case. It doesn't mean that you're perfect. It doesn't mean that you don't have flaws and issues. Everybody does. It just means that you need to try for the other person in the same way that you would expect them to try for you. And I think that's where you've got to get if you really want to get to a, like, hey, I want a girlfriend. I want to start dating people. You've got to get your life in order. Looks at 500 saber statues. Yeah, I mean, like, listen, chat. I think this is okay. Like, yeah, I have a couple statues. I also have like 2 in my room. But if I had to, I could move them here. And it's just like this tiny little thing. I'm not talking that you can't have like a hobby and you can't have a couple like paraphernalia items from it. I'm saying you don't want to be that guy. What do I mean by that guy? The guy that has like the entire wall full. Okay, that's that's getting like, okay, that maybe is a concern, right? So it's like, it's okay to have a hobby. It's another thing to have an obsession. And the thing that I'm going to say too, and women in the audience can tell me if I'm wrong on this, but I do feel like a lot of women, while they want their men to be passionate and they want their men to have hobbies and things that they have interested in, some women are okay with you having an obsession. Other women will look down on that and be like, why are you not obsessing over me instead? So keep that in mind. Because I do think that's more on a case by case basis, right? But it's something where it's like, I'm gonna say, if you find the right person, they're not gonna judge you too harshly. They're just gonna be interested in you, and they're gonna be okay with your hobbies as long as you're not super weird about it, right? Why are you not obsessed over sports? Listen, unfortunately for guys, it's very difficult for us to like turn that around, right? And to be fair, there are plenty of women that will like, they want to go to a sporting event with a guy or something like that because one, it's a social thing to do, and two, they actually like want to try to show interest in the guy's hobby. Like, chat, if I met a girl and she was into like going to the opera or something like that, I don't really have an interest in going to the opera. Would I go to the opera with her? Yeah, I probably would. Why? Because it's important to her. Now, I'm not saying I would drop everything all the time and go to every single like opera show, but like, could you get me to go to an opera show every now and then, maybe like once a year or something like that? Hell yeah. For a significant other, I think that's a-okay, right? Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, you want to show interest in your significant other's hobby because it's also showing you, it's showing them that you care. Right. Do not forget to take your whip with you. I don't know about that. We have an entire shelf that's entirely of amiibos and Funkos. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can definitely find that type of woman, but you need to understand that, like, that is a rarity amongst women. Most women are not into anime. Most women are not into like collecting waifu statues and stuff like that. So like, it's just I guess like, I'm not telling you to go out there and like chuck all your statues and like sell everything off, chat. I'm just saying that like, you need to get your ducks in a row. You need to get your life in order. And you need to at least be somewhat cautious about how you talk about your hobbies with people. And if it's like, if they're interested and they're supportive, then you talk more. If they're not, then you maybe downplay it. But it also depends on if you're interested in them. If you're not interested in them, then, well, you've already made up your mind at that point, and you don't need to keep pursuing it further. All things in life change once you buy your first furry suit. What does that even mean? Like, I can take that so many ways and they're all inappropriate. So, like, it should be the woman with the whip. Yeah, that's, I was going to say I wouldn't take my whip because then I feel like I would be the one getting whipped somehow. And I'm not someone that's into pain in any way, shape, or form. So like I don't really want to inflict it, nor do I want to have it done to me. I have I've told VIP this from time to time, but I have had in the past women who scratched and bit, and like, I don't mind like a nibble. I'm talking like biting. And I'm like, yeah, sorry, this is a turn off. Like, it doesn't get me going. Pain is something where I'm like, ow, no, stop, please. Some people like it. I do not. They're vampires, maybe. Like I said, I'm not going to yuck someone's yum. If someone's into that, go for it. But for me, not me. Don't draw blood. Yeah, I've had blood drawn. That's where I was like, all right, that's enough. They were dressed up as Wolf Link. Are you sure they were a furry? I mean, they probably were at that point, but like, I don't know. I don't care if people want to be furries, they can be furries. I think it's kind of weird, but I also don't like. Who am I to judge people for what they want to do on their own time in their own space, right? Like, I don't think you should go out there in public dressed as a furry. I do feel like that's really weird. But if you want to have like some weird ass furry get together, go for it. I don't care. Like, as long as like everyone's consenting and a-okay with it. You'd like someone dressed up as Dangerous Beast Mash. Yeah, probably. But that's because I'm seeing like a literal half-naked woman at that point. Which to me has nothing to do with being furry. But anyways, yes. Sorry, we got really distracted there. But that was like my takeaway basically is just that just if you want to get to the point where you can start dating, try to get your life in order, try to put all your ducks in a row, try to like, you know, fix any outstanding problems you have in your life. And I'm not saying everything has to be perfect. It's just, again, yeah, you want to put your best foot forward for people. Did you level up your Castoria? I bet you didn't. Did I level up my Castoria? What do you mean? I'm confused. Wait a minute, hold on. That's not the one I want. That's the one I want. I'll go to my comp chat. To be fair, I could just take Castoria and do it that way, but I wanted to actually work in Ibuki. And my NP1 Ibuki not strong enough to kill this without some support. Made for Ibuki, yeah. Yeah, I could also just straight up try to 3-turn with Ibuki. That's equally possible. But chat, just so you're aware, this is literally something that you can do. And it does not really matter your MP level. Skeletons, so first off, bronze enemies naturally have the best chance of deathing them. Then undead enemies, aka skeletons, have a higher chance. And as a result, you can sit here with someone like Nitocris and she will auto-death people. As long as you have her first skill leveled. Actually, you might not even need it leveled. I haven't looked at the percentages. But, like, it's definitely something where you could basically do this. And you can even death proc Skeleton King to an extent. It won't happen every time, but it will happen quite a bit. Does Doman have the same proc rate as Nito? I believe his is slightly lower. You might be able to get away with it. At least until my Atlas Mystic Code hits Spawn 10. Yeah. It's not a huge deal for me. I'm also just spreading it around because I haven't used Buster Farming in a hot second. Critting the first wave with Ibuki. Yep. And there you go, chat. There's a run for you. 5 bones. And you can see I don't need the bones. I'm just here for the basically just here for the QP and the embers. At which point, yeah, screw it. Give me some bond. When I saw Summer Anastasia on the 3rd wave. Wait, for what? Handmade carbuncle. Yep. Enjoying new Power World updates. Pretty good. I've heard good things about it. I've not had the chance to check it out myself. You guys know, like right now, if I have any free time, it's basically going towards Elden Ring because I haven't beat the DLC yet. Whoops, I almost swapped her. And like so much of my time is just going towards work, stream, and you know, getting prepped for the debut. So it's like it's exhausting, honestly. But I kind of crave the end of July and being able to like kind of have some free time to work on other stuff that is not just for the debut. How often does Anna pop up? I've seen her like 3 times in a row. Oh, you're talking about the rare spawn, yeah. I don't know. I have no idea how, like, what the actual frequency of it is. Oh, that does nothing. But yeah, it's like I haven't paid too much attention because I didn't really run it. I just did my 3 runs earlier this morning and got it done. And that was kind of it. Because I just said like, whatever. Be rolling on pre-any banners? That's up to you. It is literally going to come down to like, do you want to actually grab stuff for the like old summer units? Because old summer units are good and they don't get a lot of banners. Got a rowing machine at the start of the year? Yeah, that actually doesn't sound like a bad idea. I would not mind something like that at some point. I have a like workout bench that I got that I've been trying to like get into using here. Because for the most part, I don't like going to the gym. Not because like I actually feel like going to the gym is a good thing because it forces you to get out of your house and actually go. You have to commit to it. And once you're there, you're going to get your money's worth and you're going to keep like doing stuff. But for me, it's a time issue. And I vastly prefer to work out at home. I can literally just go like hop in the shower and I'm like ready. So to me, it's something that I prefer to do. And so I try to do a lot of like sort of like free weight type exercises and stuff. Things that I don't have like a machine for. I hope that did not go off all the way. I literally accidentally plug suit swapped the turn before I was supposed to. Game baited me with an early Kiara get. Yeah. You can go to gyms in the morning? Sure. Would you like me to end stream earlier? That is what it would take. Because, like, the problem that I have right now is I just simply do not have the time otherwise. I've got a pool at my house and do a bunch of swimming every day in the summer. That sounds nice. Yeah, like, low-key, I want a pool, but a pool is so much freaking maintenance. Are there servants that share your birthday? I don't know, actually. Do we have a list of, like, servant birthdays? Okay, hold on, let's see. No, I'm very close to Shikitono. But it looks like actually that a lot of characters' birthdays are not known. At least not officially. How good is John versus Kali? Are you asking how good is Jarcher versus Durga? You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific there. Archer, yeah. To me, Jarcher is still the better, more fluid looper, but she certainly is behind in damage at this point. I don't think she's bad. I think she's quite usable since because her refund is so good, you're just pretty much assured to be able to get away with Black Grail. But I think there's so many advantages to Durga at the moment that she does. Like, if you're asking yourself which one should you roll and gameplay is your only factor, the answer is going to be Durga. However, Durga is also not out yet on NA. She's not going to be out for at least like another year. So I would tell you that, like, ask yourself if you want to wait a year, right? No, so what threw me for a loop right there is y'all are saying a name that I'm somewhat unfamiliar with. Yeah? Are we maybe now realizing why Cad didn't immediately recognize it? Yes, Durga, the name that she's known by, chat. Not only wait a year, but roll that close to summer also. I mean, I think that's always going to be a problem, right? Anytime you have, like, usually like April, May, you know, June, July, that sort of stuff, you're already thinking about anniversary in summer by then. So it's be what it be. Let me go do JP here. Durga can't hit you with big sis beam though. That's true. I just use my MP1 Morgan. Yeah. I mean, you're going to see Morgan can absolutely work for a lot of stuff, but basically, as long as Man Trait comes into play, you're fine. When Man Trait doesn't come into play, Morgan feels somewhat lackluster in terms of damage output, especially at MP1. It's not that you can't do things, it's just that, like, the second you start getting to, like, 90 plus content without the, like, Man Trait, it can get difficult unless it's like the only problem is the third wave and then you just work Oberon in and just shit on it. As someone who uses MP1 Morgan can be on the weak side. Yeah. And it's just, it is what it is, right? Like, I think that's full disclosure. Just, we talked about that back when I did the comparison between her and Arjuna Alter. If you guys remember, I actually did a video on it. I talked about both of them and where they are strong and why. And I feel like a little bit, you know, people had drawn a line in the sand and stayed to one side or the other. And the reality there was that both units were good. And they were each just different in different ways. So I'm going to summon Sen no Rikyu. I think a lot of people will sleep on Sen. Sen's a very good unit, but Sen's also a unit that you don't have to have. And I think the big reason that a lot of people will sleep on her is they either just don't like the design or they just don't like the fact that she's quick. Which is sad. Like, I feel like your card type really shouldn't be a factor for whether or not people want to roll you, unless it's like, oh, well, I already have somebody of that card type, of that niche. But yeah, it's, to me, it's kind of sad because it's just like, I feel like she won't get a fair shake from the NA crowd. One of the best things they could do before she comes out on NA is buffer on JP. And I'm not even really convinced they need to buffer. by that time Jarcher might get buffed in JP? I mean, I hope so. I really do. Like, not that Jarcher is bad by any stretch, just that, like, we've already had the debate for a while, even before Durga came out, as to whether or not, like, Zenobia was actually better than her. And I still don't feel like that is the case in a lot of instances, but Zenobia has always and will always have one very clear advantage. She's a permanent 4-star, and that is definitely going to count for something. So, yeah, I would like to see them buff Jarcher just to kind of give her a little bit of differentiation from Zenobia, and to help her at least, like, kind of keep pace with Durga. She doesn't have to do more damage than Durga. She just has to, like, I think, like, kind of get near her level. Buffer with a new quick support? Yeah, I mean, I agree, right? A buff would come out after the JP banner ends. Yeah, I mean, I don't think JP does that on purpose. I think it's just the natural, like, progress of things. Like, I don't think they sit there and they scheme and go like, yes, we'll wait until the banner ends on an A, and then we'll give them a buff. We'll make less money on an A because of it. Like, it's not beneficial to them to do that. So, if anything, they would go the reverse. They would be like, yes, let's buff before the NA banner, and then all of a sudden everybody on NA is like prospecting as they try to get the unit 2 years ahead of time. Oh yeah, I'm aware, Dark. I just don't think that that it's something that they try to scheme for, right? I think it happens sometimes, and it may happen in a weird way, not totally coincidentally. It may just happen because they're like, well, we had to dust the code off for this unit for NA, and then we took a look at the unit and decided it needed an upgrade, and we tried to get it out. But by the time we actually had tested it and got it implemented, the banner on NA was already over, right? So, like, I could see something like that happening, where it does happen because of it, but it's not intentional. I don't attribute that to malevolence, just incompetence. Yeah, I wouldn't either. And I'm not even going to say it's necessarily even incompetence. It's just a case of, like, it happens sometimes. Like, Keisuke is still trash on JP. My biggest issue with Keisuke is that he is both a limited unit, and as far as a unit as he is not that good. Like, I legitimately cannot really think of an area where I would want to take him other than with Shinsengumi. And I feel like even with how he handles the Shinsengumi stuff, there's just better supports than him. So, like, if you look at someone like Nobukatsu is a Nobu simp, basically, and buffs Nobu. Nobukatsu's not the best support for a Nobu. You could absolutely get better ones. But you still don't mind running Nobukatsu because Nobukatsu's a 1-star, and Nobukatsu can kill themselves with their NP. So, like, there's no issue with him. The problem with Keisuke is he doesn't kill himself, and he's a 4-star. So he's taking up way more of the party cost. He is basically not getting the heck out of dodge once his usefulness is expended. So he kind of just fails to me in a lot of ways as a support. Basically, he should be doing a lot more as a 4-star in order to make him worthy of being taken, especially since his stuff is reasonably specific. Better buffs than generic supporters? Yeah, at least for that one unit, right? Like, I don't think it's crazy to be like, oh, okay, this unit gets 100% crit damage if you do that, because it's specific, right? Like, you have to have the unit, and you have to be willing to, like, sort of sack the comp a little bit in order to take that person. So it needs to be somewhat worth it. Hello, Kitsune. Who's he on rate up with? Keisuke? Um, that's a good question. Is it Sen? Yeah, I think it is. I was gonna say he's coming up this year. It's weird because like we've already met him on NA. He's been in the Gouda storyline. You just don't have him. Who said that's rough? She's actually good. Yeah. So it's like it's one of those deals where I think people might be more willing to roll if there was a different unit alongside of her, but it is what it is. Like I again, I'm not gonna say that like Keisuke is someone that you need to just burn on site or something like that. Definitely pick him up, level him up if you get him, and you know like work on him a little bit. But like I'm not saying that you have to use him, nor am I saying that you really even have to care about him. They'll debut tomorrow? No, yeah, not tomorrow. I am definitely not ready. Like, Chad, I'm somewhat worried that I will have all my ducks in a row before the debut. Now, the veteran streamer in me says it's not the end of the world if some stuff gets kicked till after debut. But the other part of me just goes like, man, I really want like everything to happen. So it is what it is. I want the tea lady so bad. She's spooky and cool. Yes. She do be spooky and cool. We did all the half cost stuff. There's only a couple more hours left. Actually, that's not even hours. Is that like minutes? I don't know. Can't go in to see anyways. And then it says some of these are half cost. I'm not sure which ones, but like I don't really like have any that appear to be half cost for me. So I'm just gonna kind of keep doing the ones that I wish to do. You guys can see I hadn't done John's one from all the way back. Yeah, that'll work. They should be at the top. Yes, it probably just means that either don't have them or I already did them. Which I think I did. Who the hell was Keisuke again? Exactly. That is one of the issues. Now, to be fair, I do believe that at least the female crowd on JP really liked Keisuke because they thought he was hot. And so it's like, it's an unfortunate sequence of events where like, basically we had Keisuke and then earlier in the year we also had Constantine. And they were both hot guys that were underwhelming kit-wise. And so like, I'm glad to see that that Constantine's had a buff. Hopefully they buff Keisuke at some point. Because it's just really odd to me when they like thirst trap you, but they don't make the unit like that desirable otherwise. He's so niche. Yeah, I mean, like, I would say he's so niche that I'm not even really sure he has a niche, right? Like, because his niche, he just doesn't really like he doesn't feel like he actually serves a purpose in it. I'm for Archer Herc with a bad skill set at this rate. I mean, no, I don't think you'll see something like that. I feel like with a unit that's supposed to be strong, you'll see them be strong, right? He doesn't do his niche as well as I would have hoped. Right, exactly. A shame they skipped Archer Asaka Behime on this banner. She's weak, but I still wanted her. I don't know why they did. The only thing I could assume is that she probably gets one at a later point, but I'm not actually sure on that. Let me see. Comes later this year, I think. Yeah, and that's... I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Chat, I believe they have all their banners planned out, like, in advance. They have a banner schedule that I think they abide by. And I think they know that at the beginning of the year for each year. Nope. She has not had another banner since her run and rerun, which is kind of wild. Or, well, if she has, fandom missed it, is all I'll say. Yeah, I'm not going to assume that fandom is 100% correct on something like that, but fandom at least does not show that she has another. I'm afraid for when the time comes, my Koyan and Morgan reach Bond 15. I mean, like I said, chat, don't fear it, right? I don't think it's something to like get anxious over. I think you should try to be efficient with your bond. But for instance, here's JP, chat. So it is what it is. Now, I don't necessarily have to do something like this. But if I don't, I probably need to start using plug. And the problem that I have is like, do I really want to be using a whatchamacallit on him? Let's check my Shufu. Okay. Waiver comps? Yeah, I actually use waiver a little bit more now, but it's because most of my other units are getting high bond. So it's like, I don't stress about it, but I will try to like change comps around in order to just give myself some kind of inherent advantage. So it's like, if I can get away with bonding other units and I can still do the node without Castoria. Oh shit, I actually swapped Shufu out without the NP gain. She'll probably still be able to handle it, but this will definitely be a little bit spicier because of that. But yeah, like I'll absolutely use someone other than Castoria if I can get away with it. That is the reason why my Castoria on NA is not Bond 15. By all right, she should be, but I've been very smart about how I managed her on NA. At least for arts, you have options. Yeah. Yeah, arts, and that is one of the reasons that you guys see me doing so many arts looping comps. It's because of all those options. It allows me to actually bond quite efficiently. Screw it. It's just a 2 out of 2 node. Kill it with fire. There's a sussy priest here. For the most part, I do with multi-core. I just with friends Oberon if I can. Yeah. Yeah, I think like we're in a point, chat, where like 90 and 90 plus content is not really that difficult for most people anymore. And now the question is, how efficient can I be with it? What can I get away with? And how am I going to handle the plus in the future? Gotta cut off frequently because I want to buy and download Elden Ring? Wait, why? What do you gotta cut off? Shoomp. I'm gonna have to roll for Reigns at this rate. I mean, you don't have to. Like, chat, it's a good idea to get all the supports just to have them, but like, I wouldn't let Bond be the reason why you do. To me, that's probably not worth. Because here's what I want you to think about, chat. Whenever you go, oh man, I'm at Bond 15, I could be bonding another unit. You need to ask yourself, how much bond would I get from that other unit? Like, to bond 10? Not a lot. To bond 15? Well, you get 30 quartz per bond grail. So you're looking at 150 quartz. That's not bad. Definitely get some nice shit back from that. Wait. Is it 30 quartz per bond grail? Hold on. Like 10, isn't it, chat? It is? Okay. I don't know why my brain is second guessing myself again. Yeah. So, okay. So you get 150, right? And then for a 5-star, you get what? 3 quartz per level until the final one. So bond 6, 7, 8, and 9 get you 3. So that's another 12. So you get 162 quartz. And that's if you spend 5 bond grails and a shit ton of time. Okay? How much on average do you guys think it costs you to roll that extra unit? Plus 3 from access sending them? Sure, 165 then. Yup. It's whatever your average rate is of rolling an SSR over time. So I thought they were so silly. Yeah. Like, I don't think it's a bad idea to roll for other options. I do that all the time myself, but I don't try to like sugarcoat it and be like, well, I'm rolling because, you know, I max bonded this unit. Like, chat, if Castoria 2.0 came out, I wouldn't go, oh, I need her because my Castoria is bond 15. I would just go, oh, I want that unit because it's strong. Or because, like, oh, it's another version of my waifu. Like, that's literally like the only factor that I would need in order to roll, right? And that's the thing that I want you guys to think about, is that rolling for an additional unit usually doesn't pay off. Not in the way that people think it does. So it's like, is it the end of the world if you're going to sit there and use a bond 15 unit? Nope. Not in the slightest. Like, you're not losing out on as much as you think. So the thing that I'm going to tell you is, while I do believe that it is important to be bond efficient, it is not worth your sanity nor your money. That's the way to think about it. And I've talked about this before too, because this concept also applies to another thing. Another thing that is probably said more often in the FGO community. Well, I'm just rolling for some craft essences. Don't do that, chat. It's not worth it. It's such a mediocre return. Oh, yeah, I mean, well, think about it, too. There's always the possibility you get taken all the way to pity, and it absolutely does not pay off. So, that one may be less obvious, but here's the way I want you guys to think. So, it works the exact same way. If you do even a single multi to get craft essences, to make yourself more efficient in an event, the reality was that the difference between this is probably the difference between like 5 or 6 apples. The thing is, you can also view your quartz as an apple, and you could say, well, I could have just spent 5 or 6 quartz, gotten the same exact effect, the same exact efficiency, and I would have had, 25, 24 quartz still to spare. So it's usually not a good idea to roll just for craft essences. Not unless you want the craft essence specifically for gameplay purposes, or you low-key want the unit, which is the real truth of why most people roll, is they low-key want the unit. But people don't like hearing that. Cad, stop breaking the matrix. I know. It's just, it's countering the like wisdom of the community that's not in fact wisdom. Things that people throw around all the time that, like, you don't actually want to do that. It's not good for your account. That, and I find Yang's art to be cute and sexy. Okay, yeah, if you desire the craft essence specifically because, like, gameplay or like you want the craft essence, that's a different story. I'm saying rolling purely to improve your efficiency in an event does not in fact improve your efficiency in an event. And that's assuming that you actually got a craft essence in the multi and that it, like, is enough to actually help you out. And it's not. Like, I was being generous spotting you 5 or 6 apples. The reality is, with one multi, you might be making the difference of 1 apple. It's not worth. What's going on? That's it. Yep. Oh my God, do I try? And the way you guys got to think about this, right? So, like, imagine you get like 7 stacks of 7. Oh, sorry, let's just do 5 stacks of 7, right? So that'd be 35. If you got a +1, sorry, that's a T now instead. So you got a singular craft essence. Instead of having 35, you now have 40. That's going to add up. But you got to ask yourself how much you actually need. And what's the difference here? Right? So, like, yeah, I mean, you might sit there and you might go, hey, instead of getting 35, I'm getting 40. And I'm going to keep doing this node over and over again. But it's only there that your gap is widening. Only for that one material. You're going to have to keep doing it over and over and over again. And the difference is probably going to be less than 3 entire runs worth. And that's the sad truth of the matter, right? So, like, again, I haven't sat down and actually done the math. It's just a simple logic check. I don't think anyone needs to do it. Because a little bit, it's also difficult to model something like that due to the fact that you have various different drop rates and nodes. And again, like the level of the node kind of coming into play there. So to me, it's more just looking at it from a logic standpoint and going, hey, should I actually do this? And the answer is probably no. Just from the stance of, like, you should value your quartz. Chad, if you need to be obsessed with anything, it shouldn't actually be bonding. It's quartz and managing your quartz and being as efficient as you possibly can with your quartz. Bonding can be an aspect of that, but it is not the entire thing. There we go. We are done on JP for now. I rolled Galatea initial banner because I wanted that ignore defense full attack CE MLB, but I didn't mind getting her as well. Yeah, like, I'm not here to try and, like, shame anyone that's done it. It's just one of those deals where it's like, don't do it just for the efficiency argument. It's not worth. And that's I don't think anyone actually does. I think every time someone goes, well, I was just rolling for some CEs, they actually low-key wanted the unit. That's all it was. They're just trying to, like, not say that they wanted the unit. They didn't want to sound like they were YOLOing. They didn't want to sound like they were getting greedy, but they were. So it's really, to me, that's the only deal with it. And I don't Like, if people want to make up the excuse, that's also fine. It doesn't bother me or anything like that. It will be Honey Lake just by rolling in P5 Jalter because I wanted Jalter. Yeah, I mean, that happens. I think Honey Lake is an exception to the rule, chat. What do I mean by that? That is a craft essence that it is so damn good that every single person should consider whether or not they wish to roll it. I'm not going to say that you have to have it, but I'm going to say that it is up there with the likes of K-Scope, Black Grail, you know, and your various other strong 50% Cs out there in terms of its usefulness. It is one of my most used craft essences across my account. So it'd be like a rate up on Black Grail. Similar. I would say it's not as good as Black Grail, but it is damn close. Like, it has very good usefulness. We now have the curse one that's free, right? Yes, but it's not as good as Honey Lake. They know what they were doing with it. What are your thoughts on Draco's performance when she's without Castoria? Without Castoria? I think a lot of her refund still is just a factor of her charge skill, but I mean, you're not going to refund and loop nearly as good. So I think if you don't have Castoria at all, you're going to have issues. I think you could easily take a Castoria on support though, so that shouldn't be an issue. So at that point, I just view this as a hypothetical or a, what do I do if I only have one Castoria and not two? And I think there's plenty of other solutions to that. Nah, only need Golden Sumo. Yeah. In a weird way, Golden Sumo is kind of better than it. Like, Golden Sumo peaked when it first came out. And then it was almost immediately within like a handful of months, not the best CE. But the Circle Jerk continued on for years. And now, in a weird way, it's kind of more powerful than ever. But it's because so many of the compositions are running card type bonus from the supports and not, like attack up like we used to have with Waver. So the benefit of something like Golden Sumo has actually kind of gone up, because it does get the multiplicative scaling that it really didn't used to get nearly as much of. Huh. Curious to see how much the Buster here does. Oh, good. All right. Now that I know that. JP Arcuid rerun where? I don't know. I don't know why they haven't rerun Arcuid on JP at this point. Like I said, I can only assume it's for the download campaign, or they're waiting to try and like do some sort of like, maybe she gets rerun at actual Annie or something. Which C did I say to get? I didn't say you had to have it, but I did say Honey Lake was one of the best Cs in the game, and it's one that everybody should consider rolling on. Like, if you ever see Honey Lake on a banner, you need to stop and ask yourself, do I want to roll here? Is it worth bonding up units for their apples? Explicitly? No, not really. But the reality is that due to party cost issues, you very frequently only have room for a 2-star or a 1-star in your backline alongside MASH. And so, yeah, I mean, you're gonna bond up your 2-stars and your 1-stars eventually anyways. So at that point, it's not a, is it worth? It is, because it's the only thing you can take. And the reason for that is usually because you're stuck taking 5 5-star craft essences. You are taking probably 3 5-star supports and a 5-star damage dealer. And that combination with the 5-star craft essences, you don't have very much room left. It's technically only 2, because one of them is a support, but I mean, it'd be what it'd be. Great C, especially for Yang Sims. What, Honey Lake? Honey Lake's good in every situation, pretty much. The only time Honey Lake is not going to be useful is if, one, you have a better, more powerful craft essence, a la Black Grail, or two, the enemy is burn immune. That is the only time that you wouldn't have use for something like Honey Lake. So you don't have burn command codes? Yeah, I mean, that could definitely be a thing, but you could still utilize it on a unit that has burn. And if you don't have burn command codes, I just assume you're brand fucking new. At which point, having Honey Lake might also be a concern. I got one copy, that's enough. Yeah, I mean, the extra 5% power mod's not a huge deal, but I will say probably the bigger deal is having the, like, being able to MLB it and level it all the way up to 2000 attack. That will make a difference. Are a couple of burn command codes in the Mana Prism Rare Prism shop? That I don't know. I don't believe so at the moment, but shouldn't be the end of the world. Like, we have gotten several of them, and there's still at least, like, I think there's at least one that NA doesn't have yet. So you would at least be able to get that one. I got MP2 Summer Arteria today. Congrats. What skills do you recommend putting at level 10 between her 3 skills? I'm going to say that you absolutely must level her first skill. Because that is her Arts Up, which is both her damage and her refund. And later on, it also becomes her charge skill. Doggo is digging in the cage. Doggo is attempting to flee. Flee the scene of the crime. Level 10 healing, obviously. I mean, the healing skill is actually really good. I do have it, Lord. But yeah, I would absolutely get the first skill. The other two, I think, are a little bit more debatable. I'd say if you don't want to lure them, like, I would take most skills to 9 still. They're still very strong. But they are not nearly as much of a requirement to, like, hey, you got to have it at 10. And yeah, we will get a big influx of lures eventually. Well, at least I'm getting just the easy Buster card there. Never enough lures, but these will help. Yeah. There's a Burn CC coming up in the next Nobu event. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I was going to say, I knew there was at least one we didn't have. I just did not remember exactly when or where. And the reason I know that is because I went and checked and I was like, wait, this is weird. Because I was trying to slot out the burn command codes on one of my units on NA. And I said, this is weird because I don't have enough to make all my units cards burn. Because you can do that on JP. And I was like, oh crap, that's right. We must be missing stuff. Would you say mana loading would be more important to put a 10 before the other 2 skills? No. I think you go skill 1 before even mana loading. Then if you're gonna lure anything else, then yeah, lower the mana loading after that. But no, I think getting the first skill up and online is the most important by far. Like, in a weird way, so like, for instance, you could take the first skill to 9, and I'm not gonna say it's the worst deal, but it might be just enough that depending on your setup, you just don't full loop because of it. Similarly, you could also get scuffed with Squirtoria not having the mana loading maxed out, but I'm going to say at least right now on NA, we still have time for her upgrade where you get that 30% charge that goes really well with it. So the majority of the time, you probably are going to be running something like double Castoria with the Squirtoria. And the mana loading not being maxed out there is not really going to matter because your best start for someone like Squirtoria is going to be like, hey, I just throw on both the NP gains from Castoria. And boom, there you go. That's 40% charge right there. But again, it can definitely depend on what you're doing. I would get a shop that gives us all the command codes. I suspect they're going to treat command codes like they've treated craft essences, and that's that you're going to have FOMO. And I don't blame them for that. I do believe that gacha games should have FOMO. I think the debate is how much. I believe that about a year's worth of FOMO is a good amount. After that, I think it's really dumb. But yeah, it's like you kind of have to have some level of like inaccessibility, some level of rarity to create demand for things. If stuff is always available, people don't care. Wasn't playing FGOJP in 2015 missing command codes? That's true. You weren't playing FGOJP in 2015, which means that you wouldn't be missing command codes because command codes didn't come out until like what? Year 4? Was it? (2019) JP, yeah. Yeah, they've been out a while, but not that long, interestingly enough. I don't mind if there's a year delay before they show up in the shop. Yeah. And it, like, that's not me saying that, like, you know, they shouldn't give the player options and stuff like that. That's me just pointing out the fact that, yeah, it's kind of an issue. I think the devs want 100% FOMO with certain units. They definitely do. That's the word I'm looking for here. They definitely do want to keep some units in reserve. They make them rarer and they don't allow for certain capabilities and certain like units to be tapped into regularly. And the reason why is because, again, not only does it help them banner wise, but it's also going to create that desirability. And I think where they have done it is they have done it pretty infamously with very strong units. So for instance, Oberon. Oberon did not return for 18 months, basically, on JP. Draco, basically, they kept off of all banners and GSSRs until the forced rerun here. And I think that's, again, them trying to say, yeah, we made this unit strong. We maybe don't want to give them regular banners because of that. Because it sort of cools down the like sensation of the unit. It makes people go like, oh, this unit isn't breaking the game because not everyone has this unit as time goes on. You start to see new players get into the game, pick up new units and stuff like that. But you'll also see people that'll retire that have the unit. So over time, just the amount of people that has the unit kind of goes down as the population shifts. As older players that have the unit retire and newer players that don't have the unit come in. So it's a thing. People also just stop using units after a while, depending on it. So I believe that that's kind of what they're going for, is sort of that cooldown period to make people not as sensationalist about the unit, as well as to just drive their sales. Yeah, Arjuna Alter went a stupidly long time, which I'm going to say that was just a screw up on their part. Like actually, right? And now the better one, chat. Right here. She was gone longer than Arjuna Alter. And she was gone longer than her. Argued 2 to 3 years, no banner. It can't be 3 years power because she's not out on an A yet. We haven't even reached 2 years for Arcuid yet. In fact, NA's Annie will basically come before the 2 year mark. It will not be until like early August that you'll be at 2 years. Summer Cure was 4 years on JP, yeah, and Squirt was 3.5. So like, here's what I'm gonna say: if a unit is gone longer than 2 years, the devs fucked up. Straight up, they fucked up. Fujino was also super rare. She was, but she wasn't as rare as Kyo. Sorry, that's weird. Kyo had more banners than her originally. So yes, you could argue that she was rare, but she did not go as long as Kyo did without a banner. GSSR not included? No, I never include GSSR because you cannot get the unit that you want on demand in a GSSR. Like, you might, but you also might not. But that's the point that I'm trying to make here, is that you should never have a scenario where anything goes over 2 years. Why? That is literally lost money. Why? Because in a 2 year gap, chat, the second you get over 2 years, yeah, sure, you have option number 1, which is the current option of waiting basically more than 2 years. And then you have option 2, which is that you could have run 2 banners, one in after a year and one after another year. Guess which one makes more money? This one. And do you know why? And I can guarantee this. Absolutely guarantee this. Because after 2 years, 2 years is a long time. After 2 years, players can, in that time period, have picked the game up, played the game to its end game, and quit the game. And they could have never seen that unit's banner. And that just means that you lost money if they would have been willing to roll the unit. So I can guarantee you that running banners on at least a yearly basis cuts that number way down. Like, you probably don't lose any money at that point that you wouldn't have already lost, right? Like, you can never prevent that entirely, but that has got to be a way better scenario. So, yeah, I think the situation that happened with Arjuna Alter, with Squirtoria, with a bunch of other units at this point, just dumb. They should never go that long. Should never be that far between banners. Because there is, and I've said this before, right? We've seen, they have had, I think at one point, at least 9 different banners active at the same time. There is nothing stopping them from having more banners. I've actually seen people complain about this too. And like, you know, my only complaint about them having an insane amount of banners is that I cannot memorize them all. Which, to a large degree, I'm like, okay, that's fine, because then I don't have to memorize them all. Because I used to. But that's not even really a complaint. It's more like a thank you note for me. But no, like, I've seen people complain that, oh, you know, we have 9 banners. There's too many damn banners. They need to cut these banners down. And I'm like, why? Why? Would you like more FOMO? Would you like less options? Less opportunities to roll for units that you might want? Like, fuck it. Give us more banners. I am A-okay. Like, I don't see any issue with there being more banners. The only reason I can think that people have issue with it is they don't like the temptation. But I'm going to say this. If you don't like the temptation of there being multiple banners at the same time, stop playing and seek help. You have a gambling problem. Straight up. That's the nicest way I can put that. You have severe issues with being able to hold back if that actually bothers you. So that is definitely a problem. Stop it, get some help. Yes, exactly. Is Quatoria worth getting to NP2 now that she's on pickup in an A? Yeah, I think she's strong at NP2. Like I absolutely think that is a decent role. Do you have to? No, but I do think that that getting her to NP2 does help at least one aspect of her kit beyond just the damage. Better pity system? Oh yeah, I mean we could always argue for the system to get better, but chat, complaining that the system isn't better doesn't alleviate the hey, you might have a problem consideration, right? Like the system is the way it is right now, so if you have that issue, it's a you thing. Best looper in the game. She's the best refunder, though she technically cheats. But if there are too many banners, my eyes start to glaze over and I stop seeing them. I don't have issue with it. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really pay too much attention to the banners, but the reason that I don't is I have all of these units. So, and I have all the units at the NP levels that I want them at. Like, literally, chat, the only advantage I could get from rolling this banner, as much as I love my waifu, is it would straight up be getting more coins for Surfmo. And I'm not going to do it. Like, it's not worth it. I plan on getting NP2 of Squirtle at a different date. This is too close to summer for me. Yeah, that's fine. That's always something you should consider is when you're rolling. Is Summer Scotty good and do you need 2 copies? Yes, Summer Scotty is good. No, you do not need 2 copies. Just 1 copy is enough. Obviously, there's benefits whenever you're rolling NP2 on like the damage side of things, or just the scalability of the NP. But like, she's a unit that there's no extra consideration there. It's just more damage if you get it. Yeah, it's no problem about her. And the one thing I will say about Summer Scotty is that she's a very good quick looper. And I don't mean because she facilitates other people looping. I mean, she in her own right is a very good quick looper. So if you want a like quick looping ruler and you didn't get someone like Karen, yeah, I mean, that's a definitely good option. General Lager the 58. Appreciate it, man. How you doing? I try my best to know who I'll want in advance. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. It's like one of the best ways to stop yourself from overspending in a gacha game and or like give yourself some patience is to make a plan of attack, a plan of who to roll, right? I got MP2 from a 2021 GSSR. It happens. If anyone wanted Summer Kiyoshi's solo 4-star on a Scotty banner next year, yeah. I gotta save something for next, Annie. Huh? Like, and the only reason why I say huh to that is if you have other role plans throughout the year, that's one thing. But like, I wouldn't let next year's anniversary factor into whether or not you wish to roll for this summer's units. Best ruler in the game? I wouldn't go that far. Got a bad habit of not following up on my plans. Yeah, I mean, I think temptation, desire is always a factor in these games, and you have to be like careful with it. But as long as you're okay with the outcome, I don't see any harm, right? Like, I've seen people that have no self-restraint, but they don't spend money and they're free to play and they just kind of YOLO every banner. And I don't mind that. I think that's perfectly a valid way to play the game and absolutely fantastic. The only thing is, if you're going to YOLO every banner, I don't really want to hear complaints from the people going like, oh, I didn't get the unit. Because it just means that they never saved up. And like, the easiest way to increase your odds of getting a unit in FGO is to save. So if you're going to throw all caution to the wind, just be happy with who you do get. Is any summer always the best time to summon? It's when FGO makes the most money historically. So that doesn't really answer your question, but it does. I'm gonna have a rough time next year. Hope Summer Scotty and not Merlin are kind to me. No playable LB King from Greece. That's bait. Because I was going to ask a question, but it's going to lead to spoilers. Cat doesn't already have an MP5 Squirtariat? No, I do. We were just talking about the banner. Zeus is missing. All of the Greek gods are. At least of the major ones. I can go into next year with a store of Saint Quartz. Yeah. I mean, I get that. It's just one of those deals where I'm going to tell people, like, if you want the unit and you're over a year out, roll. Apollo is a major god, but he is a sheep. Yes. And to be fair, Apollo had been in the game before we ever got the Lost Belt, so. Artemis is also technically a major god and in the game, but. Oh, Proto Merlin and Scotty are kind to me too. Yeah. How many apples should we use in this hunting quest? Up to you. I'm gonna say, if you really desire the materials, I think it's okay to keep popping them. Just keep in mind your next lotto is November. So depending on how you want to look at things, you've also got chat, when's our Gouda event this year? Is it October? So like the Gouda event will also be somewhat infinitely farmable. I hope Aphrodite becomes a servant. She did have that moment at the end of our last tower event. No, chat, you know who I want to become a servant from the Greek gods? Here. Why is that so fucking potato? The shit. There you go, chat. There's who I want. This is a crime. This is a crime that we didn't get this. It's not Aphrodite, you're right. It's hotter. Like, straight up. Give me both. I'll agree to that. I'd absolutely take both. To be fair, the only issue that I have with Aphrodite is skulls and smoking are kind of a turnoff for me. It'd be one thing if she were goth, but she's not. She's like... I'm trying to think of the exact way I want to say this so I don't get myself in trouble. She's a cougar. Yeah, I do feel like that. Do you think the Bond Seas could be reworked into a permanent skill for a unit? Yes, but it would probably require changes. Don't let her hear you say that. I know. What are the odds they have Demeter and Aphrodite's voice lines ready and recorded just in case they decide to pull the trigger? Oh, yeah, no, I think that's extremely likely. Oh, sorry, I didn't see your question on the YouTube side of things yet. Artemis in the game is a playable unit. Yep. Is it worth using a teapot in the hunting quest or save it for summer? I don't know when the teapots expire off the top of my head. So, like, if they last until summer, sure, but we don't know if we're going to get summer, like, immediately after anniversary, or if it's not going to be until, like, August. So, just keep that in mind, that it might be a ways away still. Demeter's eyes disturb you? Really? 5-star Matahari win? That'd probably be a summer unit, if anything. And I doubt it'd be 5-star. They'd probably turn her into a 4-star or something. I love the gods' designs. I like their human form designs. I don't much care for their mecha designs. Have them turn into a robot? Indeed. Please have summer immediately after Annie. It's possible. We don't really know. Like, NA got weird because NA decided, like, hey, what if we just rammed everything into those early months? So, chat, we already went through all of May. We already went through all of June. Oh, I lost it. There we go. And we pretty much already went through all of July as well. And we're just now starting July in, like, you know, the next week here. So this is done. This is done. This is going on, and basically all of this is going to be anniversary itself. So, like, I really don't know what they plan to do. We've got a download campaign. We've got again, like, summer rerun campaign. We've got Melty Blood, which I doubt they do anything for. But chat, question, when is Evo this year? Because I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like this and just made it an Evo banner. Mid-July? Yep, I would not be surprised by that. And you have summer. Like, literally summer. Summer was the first thing that happened after. So, I don't know. Like it's really weird to me. World on Squirtoria banner, no squirt. But did get all the 4 stars. They're all new for me. Nice. Yeah, hopefully you get lucky at some other point if you try again. We're speeding up. No, it's just odd because we're seemingly like a month ahead, and there's really no reason for it. I totally forgot about Evo. The reason I remembered is because I saw there was a tweet the other day that said that apparently Evo set a new record and is going to be the biggest, as I think it already held the record itself, but it's going to be the biggest ever esports event because they have over 10,000 registered participants for this year. So, like, it's fucking nuts. There are going to be 10,000 people competing at Evo. They need to start turning it into like a March Madness style of event where they just basically like have it for days and days and days on end. People just like slogging through a tournament. But I know it's because they have, like, Evo is basically like all the different fighting games. $20 to 30% are no shows. Oh, I'm not surprised. I have friends going this year. Yep. Well, that's true too. Like, we're now quote unquote post COVID, so I feel like you're now going to start to see people go to conventions more. That was already a thing basically starting last year, but I think it's just going to keep going up for a little while. Melty's not a main stage game this year. That doesn't matter. Melt chat. The only stage that Melty Blood used to be played on was the porcelain stage. So it doesn't need to be a main stage. Mean but true. I'm just saying. Like, you can celebrate it nonetheless. What's your favorite Squirtle Ascension? Mine is second. Mine is second as well. I don't hate the third Ascension like most people do. I feel like it's fine, but the second Ascension's still my favorites. The second Ascension's basically Aurelia chance. Ponytail. Nice bikini. Who else to Anime Expo? I'm not headed to Anime Expo, but that's because, I mean, at this point, Chad, I think you'd already have had to have made your plans. What do you think the odds are they give us a Summer 6 rerun despite the major parody break to fill the open time? I hadn't thought about that. They could. I don't think they will. Song skip. Sad because I like Hey Is Summer Nito tomorrow on NA? I have no idea. Like I said, I have not paid attention to the banners because I know I didn't need any of the units. I know we got it. I covered it already in the anniversary preview, like when we did the whole anniversary guide recording. But I did not like commit that to memory. Yeah, Evo is basically just fighting games. Yep. Yeah, they basically, it's like all the fighting games they end up kind of covering. And like, even if your game is not like center stage and stuff like that, you can still find people playing it at Evo. Top 5 worst whale decided to throw the Senquartz we just got and she came. I'm absolutely baffled and hurt that it was this easy. Don't be hurt. Be glad. Be glad it's not worse. Right? Because, like, always could be. I'm surprised by how popular Melty Blood is, despite how niche it is. I mean, it was a cult classic back in the day, and I know it's a technical fighter. So I feel like if you like that sort of, like, if you like technical fighters, you probably play it. Because I feel like most fighting game people play multiple fighting games, right? Like, it's the same thing where it's like, oh, do you like RPGs? You probably play multiple RPGs. Doubly so if there's a type that's right up your alley. Reset tomorrow should be okay. Before pity still gives me PTSD. Don't have PTSD for getting something before pity. Be glad. You like one MOBA, you don't really play other MOBAs. That is true. MOBAs are the exception to that, I feel like. And I don't know why. It feels like because MOBAs are one, relatively newer, and two, they all had like disparate origins where like they descended from like one game or another, that basically people have like drawn lines in the sand and like formed factions. And it's like, no, this one's better. And I'm not saying there's not like factions in the fighting game community. I'm sure there is. Just that like it seems like the MOBA fans are very adamant. Like, no, Dota's better. No, League is better. No, Hello Kitty Island Adventure's better. Smite is better. Yeah. Like there are various other MOBAs out there. Actually, is anyone still playing the Pokemon one? Because I know that was a thing for a while, and then like I have not heard shit about it. I managed to get MP5 Charlemagne and 0 Creamhild. I just gave up before I started seeing NP6. Yeah, I don't blame it. Hello Kitty Island Adventure Game of the Year. Yep. The worst thing that ever happened to your account? I accidentally grailed the wrong unit. It was traumatizing. I still can't believe I did that. Probably the actual worst thing is I purchased the wrong append on Okitan Saber on my JP. How? We were watching something for one of the community watch parties, and I was sitting there like just leveling up a unit, like I was leveling up Marianning, and I wasn't paying attention right at that moment because I was also talking to an artist while watching and leveling. So I was doing 3 different things at once, and I just, kept spamming the button while I was doing those other 2 things, and I went right through into Paleogenesis. And it happened. Wasn't that the Konosuba watch along? Yeah. It was the unit Marianning. And it was only 1 grail. I caught it immediately. And I was like, no, I literally tried to force close the game and it was too late. And I was like, now we got a 120 hurt? No, I'm good. At least you grailed the Saber Simp. Yeah, I found it kind of hilarious in the end. I chose to look on the bright side, but I'm still kind of miffed that I accidentally used that grail. If they ever did bring out something like a grail remover, I would absolutely remove it. And that's funny. Like, I would straight up take it right back from her. It's not that I hate the unit by any means or anything like that. Just that I would have preferred not to have spent a grail on her. Yep. It was meant to be. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe by the time they add something like that to the game, I'll be swimming in grails. But I doubt it, because I have a lot of grails that I need to use. Item to reset any unit? Perhaps. Okay, chat. We are going to go do some Elden Ring, because there's, nothing else to do other than farm the hunting quests, and there's really no need to farm the hunting quests, at least not right now. Some of you might want the bones. I don't really need it. It's not a huge deal. Okay. See you later. Wow, not even gonna lurk. I see how it is. Oh wait, hold on. That was the wrong screen. There you go, chat. Huzzah! Pretty sure we have another bone lotto. Yeah, I'm ahead on my bones. I'm pretty much done with all my requirements for them. But it's still good to like veg out and farm some with you guys, so I do it. But only a little. Dear God, why is it flashbanging me? I thought it wasn't going to do that anymore. I farmed a little since the drop was so good for once. Yep. I mean, that happens too. Bonesy in the friends list. None of my friends list are doing it. To be fair, I have QP up for people instead. I might do it for some of the later ones, but So, chat, as you guys know, we've been progressing along. I've been going through some of the old game and farming some stuff. I have gotten some new items that have helped out. I spent a little bit of today trying to collect some of the seeds. I don't know if I have enough to do another upgrade. Like I do. And I don't have enough to do anything more. Okay. So I think today we're actually going to go try to explore some of the DLC. Because I'm a little bit lost at this point as to what I should be doing otherwise. That is a whole lot of nothing down there. A lot of gropey fingers. There's an Egon. Yes, chat, the altar of the Grand Dragons there. Wait, the fissure depths is all the way down there? That's wild. I didn't realize it was all the way off that end. Let's go try to beat the Lamenter. I want to show you guys the Lamenter. Because... fuck the Lamenter. All my homies hate the Lamenter. Actually, let me see how much I need to level up. Because I'm just going to probably run through all of this. Lamenter is a boss that I ran away from earlier. Okay, that'll work. Archery build Doko. I'm still using archery a bunch, but not as much. Oh yeah, I got the Zamor dude's gun. I don't know why, but I went into the place where he was. Yeah, 2,000 should be fine. So Robin, you ran away? Well, it was Squirtoria, but unfortunately, like, that was kind of the issue that I kept having, was that so many of the bosses just did not leave me an opening in the DLC for it. So we'll still see if I can, like, work it in. But I am having fun with the perfume bottles. Oh. Just went the wrong way. I gotta remember how to get down there. Some of these jowls are a little, like, not the most straightforward. Also, that scream is just bullshit. It hits you from so freaking far away. Is it here? Nope, that's the rat. You needed to come down here to get a key. Missed me with that shit. There you go. The scream itself killed me. Do we have a group code for multiplayer messages? No, I don't believe so. Cat is more Emia than Squirtle at this point. To be fair, there's nothing that really like would actually let you be Squirtle. Maybe that repeater crossbow might be close, but that's basically it. Is it down this way? Wait, where's this? Oh, this is the end of the rat place, I think. Yeah, now I gotta run by all the rats. I think there's a big rat down here, too. That there is. Shit, how do I get out of here? There it is. Okay. Actually managed to get out of there without taking damage. How can something killed by sound that hard? Oh, I mean, like, that's actually a thing in real life, right? Like, you hear something loud enough, you can, like, rupture your fucking eardrums and just die. And see, that's what's stupid. I am far enough away that, like, the fucking, like, thing pops, but it's still, like, killing me from that far, even if I roll backward. Yeah, this is where you go down. And then we go up. Bro, what is that? Wait, did I just go in a loop? No, okay. Finally, we're here. This time, it's for real. Okay, I do have all my shit equipped. There we go. Wow. Wow. I just cheesed one of the fucking biggest, like, gimmick bosses in the game. Holy shit. Yeah, my bow build would not have even done remotely close to enough damage to do something like that. I would have been lucky to have him at, like, a third of his health before he disappeared. He didn't even get a chance to disappear. Elden Ring is like $33 on there. Oh, on Games Planet? I didn't know there was a boss there. There is, in fact, a boss there. And the Lamenter's Jowl is, like, down here in the, like, totally not ominous, creepy area. That's the only church that I've found, interestingly enough. Looking at, like, places I've gone to and or haven't gone to. Alright, chat. What do you say we go attempt Renala and die horrifically? Because I feel like this is going to be a die horrifically scenario. Relana? Yeah, sorry, Relana. not Renala. Curse you, George R. Martin, and your repeated freaking names. Okay, so I actually have 160 souls, so screw this. We're gonna level up again. I'm still just like this hodgepodge build-wise. But I think we're gonna keep going up towards towards 60 vigor. Because at this point, just the health is actually beginning to help. Wait, where was the boss? Boss was here. Still at medium equip load. Funny that I can wield the scaled greaves, but not the, oh yeah, it's the Solitude set, and the Solitude set is stupidly heavy. Like, it's heavier than the Lionel's greaves, even though it's a lesser rank. Okay. She didn't like that. Huh? Why did that come after me? Ow. Oh! Ow. Yeah, I have no idea what that shit is. There we go. Okay, this is getting kind of strong. Holy shit. So wait, chat, when she drops the shit, is it only the last thing that you had to dodge? Or is it like everything? Because I saw her dropping it, and I had seen that on a clip before, and I was like, oh crap, do I have to actually jump that shit? You gotta jump all of them. Okay. Yeah, I was not sure, and I was like, oh crap, the third one, and the timing's so freaking weird. You jump 3 times, and the third jump is a delayed one. Yep. Okay. It's funny because I've been avoiding doing Rilana for a little while because I knew she was tough, but dear God, that build. And it's like you could see, even with that tanky summon, she shredded the summon pretty effectively. The Skidoo Altus. That's a lot of dogs. Okay, unnecessary scream. Also a lot of dogs. What is that? Oh no. Chat, it's the Wicker Man. Yeah, Elven Souls. Did not like his fire that he was doing there. Am I even doing any damage to you? Am I supposed to, like... Sorry, chat. I'm just trying to kill OBS, but I think I just got hit because I just felt my controller rumble. Probably means I'm dead. Yep, I saw it on my stream monitor before it appeared in game. Fantastic. Yeah, OBS I think is what was causing the lockup. That's a mean freeze. It happens. Restart the game? No, that's not it. Not in the slightest. Chat, do I need to like destroy the shackles on his legs, or is it a different mechanic? You have to hit the face or throw pots in the head. Wait, throw pots? Where do you get pots to throw? Hi, bro. And I can't craft because I'm in combat. I'm gonna assume that there is a closer by race than the one I started at. And we're gonna keep going for a little bit here. Gotta love it, they just keep following you, even upward. How to tell me your bullshit without telling me your bullshit. A lot of dogs. So wait, you said craft pots? I don't understand. Okay. Hefty fire pots or furnace pots? The hefty pots from recipes you find in the DLC. Oops. So like this, yeah. Has to be hefty fire or hefty furnace? What the shit? Why? If you know the crafting book? I guess not. I have a lot of the books, so, which is kind of ironic because the amount of exploration I had done in this game was actually not that much. He had to hit me, didn't he? Oh, I don't like that. I do not like getting dismounted, but I assume this is a dungeon in and of its own right. This is my first time in here. I've never been here, nor do I have any idea about it. I feel like I've seen this place mentioned once before on Twitter, but I don't remember why I saw it mentioned. It's a church? Yeah, nothing bad ever happens in a church. Huh. This is a non-violence area. Hey, what up, bro?
Well, we don't often receive visitors.
I want your hat.
Here. Welcome to Manus Meta. It is a pleasure to have you. In lands so forsaken as these, chance encounters are precious indeed. Seeing that we have convened here on this day, allow me to mark the occasion with a modest offering.
See a brooch at? Full laden necklace? Ruins map? Use at a hallowed ruin to sound a hanging bell. Huh? Location of a hallowed ruin. I cannot tell at all where that is. I assume there's some way to like max size that.
Charts the site. It is said that after sounding the hanging one's fate, I only wish to be to help those who I'm not mistaken, am I? You are a fighter. I've given you a map. Oh, I suppose you expect. I know the feeling for power.
Oh, he teaches sorcery.
I am. We studied this. Are you long ago? We too. Is that not different? And yet, none can fathom its implications.
Okay. Carrion retaliation. Dispels enemy spells and retaliates with glint blades? What the shit? Carrion phalanx. Conceals self in a glintstone haze. Oh, that's nice. Is that like actual invisibility? Or is that just like temporary, like in one area? His quest line's cool. We can guide you to where to go for the quest line. Yeah, I mean, sure, as long as it's not like too far, right? The big ass church. I have like graveyard PTSD from Souls games though, chat. Nothing good ever happens in a graveyard. So I assume Yuri is like Emir's kid, since that is literally the only one in the entire graveyard that is examinable. Have you found the beach area yet? Are you talking about down here? Yes. I don't know that I've fully explored it, but to be fair, it's kind of difficult to fully explore these games without a guide. Because it's very easy to miss stuff or think you went to a place and you didn't. Perfect, that's the area to go for the ruins, then it's around there. Is it? Okay. I mean, are we talking about, like, down here? Are we talking about, like, up over here? Just go east? Do I want the lower or the higher tier? Use a copy of Kentucky Writer as an experience card? No. No. Well, he's not forever in P4, not as long as you can get him from the Evocation Festival. On the map, you can see the fingers. Huh? Yeah, but I can't tell which part of this the map actually wants me to go to. Like, there's no, like, big circle or X. And I can't, like... Is there a way that I can make this bigger? I don't know. I actually have a hard time seeing this. This part of the UI is kind of dog trash. That I can't, like, just get a bigger zoom in. No, you cannot make it bigger. Yeah. So chat, where am I headed? East. Well, I can't. You talking about this? Okay, how do I get to that? Go along the beach to reach it. Sorry, Chad, I'm just using the easy... I messed that up. Using the easy opportunity to farm some pinions. I need these for, crafting arrows. Did I just smack it with the shield? What? Oh, great. Big ol' hands. Let me guess. That's all that's down here is hands, hands, more hands. Let me just check up here and see if there's something. Start throwing hands, Cad? Oh, I will. Man, I was hoping it would be a skidoo frag. Actually, haven't seen a skidoo frag in a while. Okay, looks like this is all rideable water. I wanted to be sure because chat, in prior Souls games, you don't trust the water. The water kills you. Yeah, nice try. Saw your creepy ass painted fingernails. It'll take more than that to get me in your grasp. I do like that this place is full of grave, great grave, gloveworts and like, rank 9 ones. The finger ruins. This is where you truly try finger butthole. Chat, am I like looking for a particular location? Am I just going to the middle of it? What is that? What are you doing? Don't do that. Like big old, like this area reminds me of like Conan. What is that? Oh, dude, you just one shot Torrent. What the shit? Wait, no, he didn't. Huh? Oh my god. I hate these things that just like go around corners and shit and over edges. Where you going? Bro. Are you fucking kidding me? After all that, he finally just goes for a grab attack. Oh, hold on, chat. Hold on, just a moment. Make sure so that you guys don't hear the pings. Okay. I said they were a bitch. Yeah, like it's just weird because like you just suddenly adjusted tactics where he had been trying to shoot me the whole time. I am probably going to try going a different route just so I don't deal with all the stupid things. Is that like friggin' laser the guy has is just annoying. Did we just get the expansion for the second archive craft essences early and I just didn't see it before? I don't think we did. Like, none of that was in the notes. So it's maybe one that you, like, hadn't purchased from before. Like, we are gonna get one. Huh? Oh. Oh, sweet. I don't have to actually press it. Oh, I don't like that you gotta blow on that. Am I summoning a boss? Oh, no. Sweet. Crimson Seed Talisman? Greatly boost HP restoration from Flask of Tears. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Is there like no other like point? It doesn't seem like this area actually has much to do. There's a coffin in this area? What do you mean by a coffin? Like that you can take to another location? No, for remembrances. Where's it at? I'm really back in here. A nail stone? A finger mimic? I'm just trying to lay eyes down here to make sure I don't miss something. Okay. He like quick released that one. I'm just spamming triangle as I ride along. Yep, no problem, King. Have a good one. Now we're going up. The fact that that thing was getting shot at me from that far away is just ridiculous. Huh? Thank God those things suck at hitting you. All right. So wait. Because we're near the Grace. You said go along the right path. Like, I literally came from this direction. I didn't see a coffin anywhere. Teleport to the Grace? Wait, why? Oh, you want me to go up here? That's why. Okay. Yeah, I just want to lay eyes on it because I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Like, I know there's... Oh, right. So you guys are talking about the coffin that's in the, like, freaking, like, big stomping turtle things. Like, normally you got to get the turtle thing to, like, come down. But you're saying there's just a coffin here? Can you go away? Okay. Back up to the cathedral. I assume we got to get another map from him. Or is there like something else to his quest? Those hand spiders, yeah, they're always creepy. I don't like them. Beloved Stardust.
Think nothing of it. I have made a clean. I fear that you have borne the conceits, the hypocrisy of the world built upon the Earth Tree. The follies of men. They're bitter. Is there no hope? The answer, there never was any hope. They were each of them defective. Marika herself. And the fingers that can. And this is what troubles, no matter our efforts. If the roots are rotten, then we have little recourse. Ever young Mikola saw things for what they were. He knew that his bloodline was tainted, his roots mired in madness. A tragedy, if ever there was one, that he would feel compelled to renounce. And the blame lay squarely with the mother. May the gleaming...
Man, they just keep putting, like, the queen in, like, the bad light. She is to blame for everything. Shortens casting speed for sorcery and incantations by the utmost, but increases damage taken. Oh, wow. That's strong. What the shit? You guys assume that's a talisman. Yeah. Okay. This looks like another finger location. Oh, it's over here, isn't it? I haven't gone up there yet. I guess we can see if we can go there. Also, chat, should I have found the cookbook for the pots already? Like, is it in an area I've already been to? I'm expecting a chariot to come roll me down here any second. Oh. Well. The Shadoo Keep. Okay. We got crabbers. Okay, crabbers. I get the feeling I'm gonna incur the wrath of a much bigger, angrier crab. Feel like this is gonna result in like either ghosts or it's gonna turn into a swamp. I can probably make that jump, but I don't know that I want to. Ugh. Now that's lucky. That's lucky. Holy shit. Okay. They each kill each other? Looks like it. Oh no. Yeah, bro, I ain't going over there. You can get fucked. I can't tell if this is the direction that I'm supposed to go in. I also don't like the fact that I am somehow in combat. I feel like... Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like there's more to this. Nope. You can go boom. Me, oh. You know what? I'll take it. Absolutely take it. Okay, expecting a... Hello there. Oh. I see. Oh god! Okay. Oh god damn it. I think yeah. Whatever I did, because I switched to my bow, I unequipped like having them dual wielded, and it didn't do the weapon art for my weapon, and I instead tried to like heavy attack with the left hand. I was like, wow, that's weird. Nothing I did actually worked, and then I died. I paid for my sins. The damage these things do is insane. Oh yeah, I mean, if you can manage to like stack all the damage buffs for it, it does appear that way. I haven't managed to yet, so like I think there's still like 1 or 2 things I'm missing. But yes, yeah, you can see like the damage for them is actually pretty fucking bonkers. And I'm not faith build either. God. I don't want to keep wasting crap on you, buddy. Man, he was not worth killing. Slumbering egg. Oh. Whoa. What was that? What? I hit it, but I still don't know what it is. As long as you don't poke it, you'll be fine. You say that now. It's weird because I wouldn't think that they would actually want you to like make this jump, but it's clear that they do. Nope. Where you at? Where you at? This is a fucking trap. Like, I'm gonna try to go across that and he's gonna ambush my ass. Go back to the church district and sit down so I can get my flasks back. Because the other part here is, like, I would prefer not to lose the souls if possible. you can see I'm quite close to a level up, so... Yeah, 5,000 rune will do. I would applaud you because I didn't attempt what you're about to do. Well, I assume if you don't fight it here, you fight it later. Like, I assume it's like, one way or the other, you gotta fight the thing, because these games never show you a boss like that, and then like, oh yeah, you can totally avoid it. Oh, that's intriguing. So I wonder if you're gonna have to drain this area later. What's wild is like, I hear him, but I cannot see him. I'm actually not sure how you get him to come out of the water now. You're wasting arrows? Arrows are never wasted. They're just farmed. Well, he went away. Or stopped moving, one or the other. Not really sure which. Actually, we went along there and then up and over, and that was kind of a dead end. Then we came over here, but this is also kind of a dead end. And it's heavily implied that the area is drainable. He's not going to attack you until you drain the water. Okay. I figured. Is this like a, I can't do anything from this entrance and I need to go through the other way? No, you can get through. I mean, I bet I can if I can get on one of these, but can I get on one of those? Because I don't see any other place where there's like an attachment. Hope this dude doesn't respawn. God damn it. Okay. I just don't want to get shot from behind by the dude. Flame Knights are giga annoying. Yeah, they kind of seem like it. Uh-oh. Could be a dangerous jump. There. I don't like having to squeeze around edges like that, but it looks like I'm gonna have to do it one more time because I was hoping that I could jump from here, but it doesn't look like it. So I guess we go down through the roof. Oh no, not this shit again. Man, I remember Dark Souls 3. Okay, nothing is trying to shoot at me yet. Okay, we've got more crabbers. I'm waiting on those annoying flame dudes to spawn and come try to kill me. Ormok feathers. It's too unconspicuous, right? Like, oh, good. That shit has a max distance. He's not dead. Now he is. Okay. It took 15 arrows to kill him. I knew it though too. Like, I was like, hold on. Like, there's gotta be a catch here, right? Like, this area just is too friendly looking. Just checking. I feel like there's gonna be another one in here. Do not like those guys. What is that? Okay. Better to shock first and ask questions later, chat. Remember, when in doubt, give them the shocker. That's a man bat. God damn it. There we go. Am I still being chased by Flame Man? No? Good. Okay, that just seems like death. At least for now. I assume once you drain it, it'll come back down. And I assume this is that drain. Behold Cad and Orlando. Analando? God, I can just imagine the smell. Smell like a wharf after high tide. What, did that used to be an Erd tree? That's cool, drain the area. Well, the hilarious part is I knew it immediately because that's been a thing in Dark Souls before. Like... This is a kind of an overused trope in a lot of games now, but it's still, yeah, it looks really cool. See, so I could drop down there. Let's go see if we can deal with our night fellow. Oh god, now it's falling to your death. But there's no water to cushion it. Oh, hell, that's just dickish. Damn, he got the angle. Ooh, barely. Death Mask Helm. Reduces FP used to summon spirits. Oh, that's not terrible. When in doubt, you could use that. There's a lot of, like, interesting helms. Motherfucker. He died. Sweet. You don't want to jump to that yet. Okay, that just goes down. Looks like there's an elevator there. Where does this go? This looks like this goes into the main keep. Yes, the Perfumer's Talisman does. So it takes a talisman that used to be just hot garbage and actually makes it super useful for a build. Yep, just flat 20% more damage. It is strong. Okay. Had to double check. Just wanted to be sure. When you go into a place and it's called Specimen Storehouse, you're never sure what the size of the specimens are. So sometimes you give it a good whack and you see. This is the first thing I'm buying, though. I mean, like I said, this, like, I have some qualms with this DLC, but this DLC just has a shit ton of content. It is worth the price. Like, it is about, I don't think it's a stretch to say that it's about, like, half the main game, right? And at that point, if you're somebody that just likes Dark Souls, getting a game that's half as big as Elden Ring for $40 is a fucking steal. Oh, okay, we made it. We made it, chat. The game is the size of other actual main games. Yeah. Do I want to jump down? Or do I want to go over? See, the real problem that I have is that I still only have the one grace. And I think the church area had another. If I remember correctly. Is that over here? Is that an elevator down? I suspect it's an elevator back up. Okay, I'm still medium load. Okay, finally. Now we've got a shot. Hold on, chat. Sorry, I gotta respond to someone. Okay. More crabbers. They're just always feasting. Unsure if carnivorous. Sir? Sir, please? Sir? Sir? Please? Sir? No. No. You made me do it. You made me do it. That's on you. This is like one of my least favorite enemy types are those things. Ranged battle. Come on, 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 come on. I'm surprised you survived. I am too. Damn it. Oh, I did hit it. It's gonna be the second one of these things I kill with archery. I don't remember if they have a projectile at all. I know they smash. Where are you going? Huh? Huh? They have a breath. Okay. I don't like that I can't seemingly fire through this. Because with these things, they have so much health, you kind of got to make every shot count. Okay, thank you. I was going to say, at least hit the freaking arm. Good lord. Oh, damn it. Go back down, shoot him from ground level, see if we can get him to reposition. Because if he detects that he can hit me, it should help. Okay. God, he is a little bitch. He's as little of a bitch as I am. He turtling in his little hidey hole. And I'm like, yo, same. Can he just, like, not fathom me? Uh-oh. Yeah, the second I go up here, he creeps back. So, he's got anti-cheese. You know they did this on purpose so that you can't just sit up here and shoot him. And yet, it doesn't stop me. You underestimate my ability to just sit here and cheaply go after this dude. Patience of a player versus the dev's intentional design. Oh, 100%. Wow, I can't believe that actually hit him. Okay, he's backing off. I should just need one more volley. Look at that though, he's frothing. He's a saucy boy. Underestimated the scale of Cat's cheese. They didn't recognize my game, chat. They didn't recognize the lengths I would go to cheese something. Mantle of Thorns, interesting. You know, I would love it if then you ran up to the tree and there was a second one. It was like, you thought you killed the first one, now have another. There should be another knight in here. Oh no, this is the... Wait, no, this is the right building. Oh. Where's the catch? Where's the catch? Doing this solo is not a fun time for me. Yeah, I'll never blame anyone for wanting to like make a Souls game easier. I enjoy the challenge to a degree, but there is a point where even I find the challenge just annoying because so this is the thing that I don't think a lot of people get about me, right? Like I would absolutely love to spend the time on things and like go all out and stuff. But part of the problem with being a content creator is that I basically don't have that time. I spend every day on stream. I spend a ton of time covering FGO for you guys. That actually does cut into the amount of time that I would play other games. So because I'm making content, because I have that like need to actually cover the game, it ends up like cutting into the amount of time that I would just sit down and play a game normally. Lost Grace discovered. What is this, Grace? Why is there a summon there? Where is this? That is ominous AF. It's just swear to God if it gets cut. Iris of Grace? Was falling asleep at the desk is a great time. Hey, I mean, I'm okay with it, right? Like, oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, I thought you were referencing that I was putting you to sleep. I was like, listen, I don't mind if you want to lurk. But yeah, no, like, it's basically, to me, I don't mind playing these games solo, but doing so, I like the challenge. But there's a point at which I realized that in order to overcome the challenge, it's not that I couldn't, it's that it's not worth the time. Because that time can be spent doing other interesting things, right? If that makes any sense. Because I do normally play my games in a challenging way, in some way, shape, or form. Fuck, chat. This entire run started out as an archery build. Why? Because I've beat the game with lances, great swords, magic, and katanas already. So I just wanted to try something different for a change. And that's like, I think a lot of people didn't understand that about this run. It was not necessarily getting enforced to like, oh, you know, like, I expect that I'm going to be able to do everything. I knew archery was going to be a challenge. That being said, especially for base game, archery is way more viable than people think it is. It's actually a lot better than people realize. But nowadays, I don't know, because they did nerf the weapon art on this. Fire Knight Seal. Ooh, that's interesting. Might be able to use that. I'm not bothering with these guys because they're stupid and they blow up. See? Dude, you should totally get angry. He's like the slow one, I guess. Yep. Okay, so that leads back. Now we have a cut through to that other area. Dropped a unique mask, doesn't respawn, I think. Yeah, because he was down below, and I killed him, and it doesn't seem like he did respawn. Also, this dude is like not suiciding himself, which is surprising. Yeah. I really thought he was gonna suicide eventually, but he just never did. Free worship passage. Free worship sanctum. Have you killed it before? Yeah, I did. I've just beaten the base game 3 times over already. I'm going to be starting from 0 since I can't transfer. I mean, to be fair, it's been so long since I did my greatsword run, I kind of have the desire to go back and do greatswords again. You guys saw I did level up the meteoric greatsword. Okay, it's not poison. What fresh new hell awaits me here? Let me out! Oh wow, he almost... I can't believe he got out of that. Okay. Not a tree, it was named poorly. Yeah, it seemed like a sunflower. Why is there another? Oh. Wait, hold on. So, like... how the fuck am I supposed to dodge that? Like, the good part is, it doesn't seem like he's doing much to my summon. But, like... oh, you know? Might have helped. Might have helped if I didn't have the other shit on. Granted, I would have taken more damage, but that is a lot of damage worth. Bro. Hello, Gaboon. And K-pop figure to follow. Oh, dude, what? Holy crap. Oh, wow. Okay. My man do be springboarding. Dude, I don't see how you're like supposed to get away from that. Oh, dude! Huh? Is there like a safe spot in that pattern, chat? I was gonna say I'm gonna go die by the door, but yes? It didn't seem like it was on him, because like you can't stand inside of him, and it looked like it's a 360. So I feel like I'm almost never going to be at HP maximum, so... what's the bleed one? Yeah. Try the fire perfume. I can. I don't have as much boosting for it, but I can certainly try. Hello, Cave Mob. How's it going? You just have to find the open portion and stand in it? I don't know why it would not let me summon. Also don't know where my souls are. Dude, what the shit? Can we not? See, like, that was open there in the middle. Dude! I can't even get an attack. Stop, game! Holy shit! Oh my god, I can't fucking... Why is it not equipping? What? What is going on? Huh? Oh, it's Raptor of the Mists is what I have equipped. That's why. That's why. Yes, it's the weapon art. Oh my god. Okay. I was sitting there and I was like, geez, it's just not doing the thing. And I forgot I didn't equip it to this. Wait, can I switch the Ash of War here? I cannot. So we gotta go back to, I knew it. Yeah, sadly that does happen. Hey, at least they're actually coming in and like saying something first, right? I wish you could tell which one was on which. Okay, there we go. Take it from the chilling one. Yeah, I lost 60,000 souls, but not the end of the world. Could be worse. Blood taxes one, yeah. I mean, you can still stack a whole bunch of shit. Dude, can you not? What? Why is it still Raptor of the Mists? What the shit is going on? I literally just teleported back and changed it. Did you dupe it but not apply it to the weapon? No, I didn't dupe it. I have two already made. I literally pulled it off the Frost one and put it on. But, well, yeah, maybe I duped it instead? And I thought I don't know. Test it at a grace beforehand? I mean, you have to leave round table hold to test it. That's the other annoyance. Actually, wait, isn't... No, yeah, I could jump down from round table hold, like into the middle. Yeah, this is exactly what I did. So, Huh? Yeah, now it has rolling sparks. I don't know. Maybe I hit back or something before going all the way through it. Yeah, that had to be what it was. I was like, good lord. Yeah, it's probably better if I don't cast Flame Grant Me Strength. I don't have the FP for it. You know what? I'm gonna leave my bow on my back so that way I can easily tell when I'm two-handing or not. Anonymous gifter, thank you for the gift sub to Ash. Hey. Can you not? Dude, I haven't even touched you yet! What is going on? The fucking mimic is just smacking the shit out of him. And he's just like, no, bro. I don't know why. Like, it's funny because the first 2 times I did this, his first phase gave me no issues. Now at the beginning, he sits back and he like just spams you with bleed the entire time. Mimic was my best friend the entire time. I mean, Mimic, I don't have Mimic equipped at the moment, but this summon is doing fine against him. He's just like choosing to willfully ignore it. Even rolling, dude! Good God! I get hit by one thing and I get womboed to the point where if I had any less health, I was dead. And he always freaking moves when I'm behind him. It's fucking wild. Like, I didn't even get the hit. He literally was sitting there on the Black Knight, saw me run behind him, and then moved and killed me. I've seen bosses do ping pong stuff, but usually if they are aggroed on like the Mimic, they don't just immediately switch. His last 3 attacks against me have been that exact same move. I do actually think the AI in Elden Ring particularly, because I don't think it's a thing in Dark Souls 3, but I do believe the AI in Elden Ring kind of keeps a like mental catalog of moves that work, and it punishes you with it. Like, if a certain move doesn't work against a player, it stops doing it, and it starts doing the move that does work. Dude, what? Unbelievable. he just ignores the mimic. And there you go. I'm closer, so he just aggroes me. Can't even get a hit! Dude! Kill old previous G strats like jumping R2, summons, etc. No, I mean, like, what I'm trying to say is that, like, a boss will literally, for a couple of runs, keep spamming the move that you suck at. Like, if it hits you, it does it. Again and again and again and again and again and again and again. And I feel like then it kind of resets after a couple, but only when it believes that, like, you've paid the price. He actually got, like, easy cheese that time. How? It wasn't even focused on me. And I think one of the other problems I have with a lot of the Souls stuff is basically a lot of the bosses, especially as of Elden Ring. This started back in Dark Souls 3, but especially as of Elden Ring, they have these triple hit moves. And if you get hit by the first hit, you die. Why? Because it begins to roll catch you every time. And it requires the player to actually, like, perfect time getting up from it to not get hit. He actually dunked his head in that like an idiot. That's my best phase 1 yet. Now I just literally need to not get hit. The miniature rolling isn't the solution to avoiding all damage. Tell me you have to jump. No, I feel like you can still survive. Like, even the jumping ones, it's just the window is much tighter versus jumping giving you way better iframes. It's just like, you still have iframes in a roll. It's just, you don't have nearly as long to handle it. I literally have not gotten to pop my flask. And there you go. He literally moved me into that attack, by the way. Like, that was not a, I got hit by that. My body got dragged into it. I'm not convinced that these are doing more than the other ones. Golly day, dude! Dodging works for this one, but it's very picky timing. Well, a lot of dodging too is the having the direction. Chat, it's 11. I don't want to keep pushing it because I'm gonna have to like think about how to handle this. Like, it's not impossible or anything like that. I've got to figure out how to like not have him just keep moving away and head slamming me, or moving away and then vine spiking me. That's the two problems I keep having with him, and I'm sure it's the same problem for like every melee. It's just I've got to figure out how to do it, because mine is like very much it's almost like being a melee sorcerer. I'm literally having to like charge an attack in melee range, so that's gonna require at least some thought on it. But let me see who all's on. I'm sending you guys Fox's way. He's on. He's doing some FGO. I believe he's farming for his barcast. And again, chat, I'm going to be back tomorrow. It's pretty much just going to be hunting quest time, so you guys know the drill. Check out what tomorrow's node is. Get your stuff loaded up. And again, if you haven't already, make sure you switch it to your event support, because that is what it's using. But again, in the meantime, I hope you guys had a fun one. Sorry for the mauling at the end. It happens. It's an Elden Ring game. A Souls game. And again, go give Fox my love. So I will see you guys later. Have a good evening.